Okay, so heading towards the non-linear regression model. So it is basically a method for modeling and modeling the relationship between dependent variable and one or more independent variables using a non-linear equation. So it mainly fits complex models to data that do not follow a linear trend. So in linear regression, they follow a linear trend and we model them with linear equation. But in non-linear regression models, or analysis, it is for data that do not follow a linear trend. So it basically frequently used for biological assays, dose response curves, and enzyme kinetic studies where relationships are inherently non-linear. So for example, we want to fit a dose response curve to a drug concentration and its effect data. And for example, we have research which involves studying the dose response relationship of a drug on an enzyme activity, where the relationship is expected to follow a sigmoidal curve. So we have to hypothesize which relationship will be followed, because then we have to select that option from the nonlinear regression models. So here we have an example of a drug concentration, different concentrations on enzyme activity, and we have taken this drug concentration. So again, we have taken this XY format, table format, and we have drug concentration in which is a dependent variable, and this enzyme activity in Y column. So again, we will go to analyze, and we will select nonlinear regression, and it will give us these multiple options for nonlinear regression. So don't get confused. Just you can sort your data, and you can select, you can explore all of these, and you can check which model or which models best suits your data. So all the categories have multiple options. So as I mentioned, for example, we have in our example, the data, the relationship is expected to follow a sigmoidal curve. So here we will be going to this option, standard curves to interpolate, and we can select line or we can select the sigmoidal option. So here it will give you for example, we select line, and it will simply give us the line model for linear regression. So we are basically going for non-linear. So it will give you all the details, what parameters your data should have. So in sigmoidal, select this, and it will give us again that analysis variables. The important one which are important are this IC50, Hill slope, and then we have R square. And so the IC50 or enzyme scale, IC50 value represents the drug concentration at which the enzyme activity reaches 50% of its maximum.